Good afternoon, this is my evidence number one. First, we do a list of the 15 graphic elements to be used in a presentation. And the number one is the point. The basic element is a single spot on a page. It can be typographic, like a period of punctuation mark or graphic element. The line is a single spot on a page. It can be typographic, like a period or punctuation mark, or a graphic element. Next, we have the shape. Shape is exactly what it sounds like. Circles, squares, rectangles, and triangles or are all designed building blocks. Repairing shapes or grouping them in an organized method also work to create patterns. Next is form is the shape of text, image, and white space on a page. By using graphic elements or white space, the design can lead a viewer around a page. Then we have the tone. When adding a tone to a design, you are adding a sense of lightness and darkness. The most common way to do this is through gradients, where an area goes from light to dark or from a darker color to a lighter one. The texture on paper adds dimensions, for example, the use of repeated dots or lines. Be careful when selecting textures and deciding if you wish to use texture paper or adding it in the design. The color, any kind of color, adds impacts and interest to objects and design. Found people's principle of designs are the way we mix all the elements mentioned above in order to express something and to give in the intent meaning. Figure and ground. The first principle is figure ground. Figure refers to the main focus within your design and the ground. Balance element in that design can either be symmetrical or asymmetrical, whether large or small. They all pertain to this principle. Contrast. Contrast refers to the relationship between the elements of the design. Next, the cropping. We most often hear the term cropping with respect to photography, but it also refers to the process of selecting the elements of design we want the user to see. Hierarchy refers to the arrangement or placement of elements in a way that gives them importance in the design. Scale refers to how large an object is in relation to other objects in the design. Proportion within a design deals with the relationship between various elements in terms of scale and size and where they are placed into the eye. Pattern. This will the reception of elements such as lines, points, or shapes. Then example of the relationship of planning. What is planning? Planning is about defining each step in order to accomplish small milestones toward a bigger goal. What is the importance of planning? Use time properly, focusing only on the task outlined in the plan will prevent your child from being distracted from the activities essential to reach the goal. Reach the goal faster. Having a plan allows you to increase productivity by eliminating distractions and focusing only on the task. Self-discipline and motivation. Planning encourages the habit of self-discipline, which make it easy to focus on tasks and work. Feedback. The periodic monitoring of the progress made allows feedback on the actions taken at easily redirect the path, correct or take into account good practice to continue replicating them in future projects. Self-awareness and persistence. Fixing on perfection almost always have negative consequences. Focusing on achieving results always beyond the best effort and knowing individual capacities types of presentations. We have informative, motivation, persuasive, goodwill, sales, training, entertainment. Informative presentations, they search presentations can be divided into distinct categories, reporting and explaining. Now, persuasive presentations, you want your audience to do something specific, buy or sell, support an idea or change an attitude or perspective on something. Goodwill presentation, often designed to be entertaining, they seek to build goodwill, make people feel better or improve the reputation of a company. Multi-purpose presentation, it is evident that sometimes your presentation will have more than one purpose. For example, you can use a dinner party for employees, to give an award, present a new manager or new company policies. A crucial link here is to hierarchically organize them from the least to the most important. Instructional presentation. This is the forum you will want to use make presentation to deliver new knowledge on specific directions or even orders. By the end of your presentation, your audience should help learn new skills or something they didn't know before. Here is the structure is the state the learning objectives and second explain the value of what you're presenting. Instructional presentations, if you're demonstrating a process, you have some steps you can follow. The first one is provide a demonstration the first time without commenting. Second, then do that again but explain it briefly. Do it for the third time but explain it step by step. If possible, participants should practice in the same. Feedback is quite important, and the end give the audience opportunity to discuss. Arousing presentation, sometimes the best way to make people care or notice about a certain situation or problem is to show it to them directly. In this space of presentations, you are managing emotions in order to make the audience more open and receptive to the topic. Decision-making presentations. As you can see, presentations are usually a call for action, a decision-making ones are made specifically to move in the right direction. The one you want them to follow, it was to present ideas, suggestion. Decision-making presentation. First, presented a story that illustrates the problem, show the need to solve the problem, describe how providing this need is so benefit, describe your solution and how it can satisfy the problem, make a comparison of the two situations, solve and resolve it, make us make a call for action, letting everyone know how they can contribute. Other presentations, and as we stated earlier, there are other types of presentation that try to achieve specific goals. Communication skills. Communications abilities. Speak on your own is good practice, but a live audience is a whole different experience. Eye contact, gestures, verbal contact, languages, voice, pitch, rhythm. Audience for successful presentations. Types of audience. Communications is more about your audience than you. And as we stated before, adapting your content to your audience is something that you must be done if you want to be an effective presenter. Psychographic analysis is also another great tool to consider in which you can learn more about your audience, attitude, purpose, and claims. By paying attention to this type of analysis, you can make your content more acceptable. It is also important to determine your audience based on interest, knowledge, and attitude. Under those terms, there are generally four types of audience. The types of audience are unaware, they have a little or no more information on your topic. Don't overestimate your audience and try to establish how familiar. Indifferent, there are occasions when your audience may know a little something about the topic you are presenting and they may not be interested in learning more. And favorable, here your audience is more likely to agree with you and your opinion on the topic. As easy as it may seem, it also has a downside. And unfavorable, they have the predisposition to disagree with you. And when you are able to determine how your audience feels about the subject or the topics you are about to present, you can always make the best of what you want. And that's all.